Hi, this is Jackson Robert Scott, and you're listening to Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast.
They've conquered the big screen. Now, get ready for the spin-off sure to send chills down your spine. It's Nico, Brian, Mike, and Dustin in Don't Go Out There, the series.
Welcome back, everybody, to DGOT, the series. We really appreciate y'all listening. We hope y'all have been enjoying these series reviews. I know we have. It's been a lot of fun. Just want to give a quick shout out to our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Everything about our podcast is on the website. All of our episodes and interviews, if you want to check those out. We've done some incredible interviews in the past. Go check them out there in a specific tab by themselves so you don't have to scroll through hundreds of episodes on Apple or Spotify, etc. We also have our store if you want to grab a shirt, a mouse pad, a hat, all that good stuff. We'd love to see your pictures, rep your favorite podcast. And Shan's Etsy page is also attached if you want to grab a tumbler. All of our social media links are on there as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like us, subscribe us, follow us, all that good stuff. And the last thing I'm going to shout out on our website is our Patreon. We call it Blood Donors. We have the traditional monthly reoccurring kind. If you want to support us, help us pay the bills, as we say. Or if there's a movie you want us to review, that option is available as well. Just check out our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Also, if you haven't noticed, we've recently joined the Believe Network, so there's some ads on our program now. But if you want ad-free content, go check us out on Blood Donors. The ad-free episodes will be available there. We appreciate your support. We are taking on episode 5 of Welcome to Derry. We kind of talked about this off air already, like really briefly, but I really enjoyed this episode. It's my favorite so far for sure. So just a little sneak peek there. The only complaints I really had was just more bad CGI, but everything else I really enjoyed. Brian, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Overall, and I said that I kind of snuck and watched episode 5 last week, but I feel like this was 100% of a bounce back for me after not loving episode 4. I liked this a lot better. I admittedly have not watched ahead to episode 6 yet, but I'm hoping that we kind of keep this momentum going as we apparently only have 3 episodes left of this season.
Yeah, boys, I loved it. I mean, it's just staying on the trend that I've had. Every episode continues to get better and better. This was my favorite episode of the season so far as well, and it's going to be hard for them to top it, I think, because I thought this was just a phenomenal episode.
Hell yeah, brother. Brian, you got this whole scene by scene. Whenever you want to take it over, go ahead.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else before we go?
Scene 1.
I'm here. That's not okay. It's not okay.
Was that Taniel? Oh, never mind.
That was me. Episode 5, 29 Neibolt Street. We open up in the hospital with Marge, where she apologizes to Lily and tells her she told everybody that she didn't do it. We cut to the hideout, and there's a rustling in the tent. Could it be Christopher Lloyd, hobo? That's a Dennis the Menace reference, Nico. Nope, yeah. It's not. No, it's not. It's
great
Maddie.
Reference.
It's Maddie, and he's alive. He tells them that he was in the sewers, kept prisoner by a clown, and escaped while the clown slept. Seems legit. He also confirms that Teddy and Susie are dead, but Phil may still yet be alive. We cut to the Air Force Base, and Shaw is telling the story of Pennywise falling to Earth to Leroy, and that, thanks to the information that Dick retrieved, they're going to supervise an operation in the house on Neibolt Street below it to find the pillars, and Taniel is going to be their guide. Leroy asks to bring his family on base, and Shaw agrees. Back at my people's powwow, we hear some more of Pennywise story, and then we cut to Hank being loaded in the Shawshank bus with Charlotte in the crowd, who I believe is Susie and Teddy's dad, I think, starts to attack Henry when Charlotte sees action police cop Pennywise with bonus baton sold at a Toys R Us near you in the doorway.
Yeah, I thought it was a hell of a start with Halloran and Taniel. I thought that seizure looked disgusting and scary. Marge's eye looked gnarly as hell, too. I just know she better not let Lily get in trouble for this. I don't know if I'm ready to accept Marge back as best friend yet, though. Not after all that bull jive she just put me through and tried to pull one over on me. I still think Rich is funny as hell. His everyone thinks that line to Lily cracked me up, and she took that one to heart. It really got to her. Maddie, I don't know if y'all thought this, but he looks like a young Daryl Dixon revealing himself from that tent. I bet he was looking for that old chupacabra before he came out of there. Well, I do somewhat like this reveal. The military wants to contain this monster in a smaller area, but I'm just still thinking that they may want to weaponize it. I don't know. That may end up being something I like, but as of now, not really. William Easton being an asshole to Hank, nothing new. It's like, man, give this guy a break. Pennywise cop in the window was cool and spooky. I know it's good review talk, but I did like it. I thought it was a good opening. Go ahead, Dustin.
Yeah, I love that we pick back up in the immediate aftermath of what happened with Dick and Daniel. And then we cut to another scenario I was curious about. We cut to Marge. Thank God she didn't die, because Lily was screwed otherwise. She told everyone that her glasses broke. Well, the good news is for her, now she could save some money. She doesn't need a whole pair of glasses. I'm sure monocles are cheaper. And then a big revelation with Maddie being in the tent. Great placement of the opening credits as well, because that was a pretty hot open. We got 3 significant plot points, and then it's like, okay, here's the credits. Let's move on. Derry's a prison, and we're looking for the bars. That is a great line. Also, I love the explanation of why it is contained to Derry. Like, that works for me. Sure. What I don't like, though, is how easily they came to the conclusion that it needs fear. Come on, man. Like, those kids just, like, immediately is like, it needs fear. Okay. Very strange to me that Charlotte saw the cop that resembled Pennywise. Like, adults can't see it. Typically, it's only the only adults that can see it from what we know are adults that experienced it as a kid and escaped. So it's weird to me, but I'm curious to see how it's going to go.
Yeah, I'm interested about that too. We open up with Hank boarding the Shawshank Express. It may be similar to the Polar one, I don't know. But we cut back to the Hanlon house where Leroy busts in and asks where Will is. Back at the Shaw's office, Rose confronts him about their plan and convinces him to let him give Daniel what turns out to be a piece of the rock that Pennywise fell to earth in to help protect them. We cut to Lily visiting Nurse Ingrid, and we find out here the revelation that her last name is actually Kirsch, connecting her to the lady who was possessed in It Chapter 2 and scares Beverly as well, and the pedo at the pharmacy. Back at the Hanlon temp house on base, we see Will slip away from his mom for a meeting at the clubhouse, while we also see the military looking to move on the Neibolt house. This time, Marge joins them, and they decide to go into the sewers after Phil, taking the happy pills from Mrs. Bainbridge.
Poor Hank. This guy just got attempted assassinated. Now has to go to prison. Lord have mercy, what a terrible day. I thought it was a nice little flashback scene. No clue. You know, this is probably just a byproduct of the weekly releases, but no clue why I didn't piece it together, or I forgot that the little boy from the previous episodes is the general now. Like, boy, Dustin, I'm catching your CTE, brother. I'm catching it through the computer. Shout out to Soldier Boy. I'm kind of excited with Rose asking to prepare Daniel and getting this piece of shard out. I do like this. Very spooky of Mr. Kirsch to appear out of the shadows. I thought it was a creepy looking fellow, to be honest. But what an asshole. Like, you want your steak cooked right? Be a man and cook it yourself. Preferably over charcoal, but cast iron pan will work as well. Well, shit, the bus with Hank wrecked. We already know they're going to blame his ass. Can't catch a break. Lily on some bullshit. Maddie, you take us into the sewer or are we snitching on you? Like, well, okay, then damn, take over, Lily. I'd love to see it. All right, this is the last thing I got, Dustin. I just saw it was another decent set of scenes, and it's building a lot of intrigue for me. Like, I'm finally starting to get invested again.
Charcoal? Propane is the only way to cook a steak. Taste the meat, not the heat.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. It kind of slows down early on here, but not in a bad way. Like, we're progressing our story with Hanlon talking to Charlotte, and then Rose talking with Francis, and then Daniel. And we get a good transition from the TV to the road signs. I thought that was really good stuff. Looked cool. And then Lily. Man, Lily had one hell of a plan. Pop some pills and go wandering around the sewer. Why not? I've done crazier things, to be honest. And then Will showing up. He's going to be in deep doo-doo when his parents find out he went back to Derry.
We open on the mission briefing and see infiltration into the sewers. A few of the soldiers get split up, including Halloran's group, and he's sucked into the water, suddenly finding himself in a bathroom with his grandparents. The conversations reveal that Halloran keeps a box locked inside, and Grandfather Pennywise mocks him, trying to get him to open it. While all of this is happening, we cut to Uncle Sam Pennywise killing off the other 2 soldiers in the group, and then cut to the Pre-Losers Club, taking way too many damn pills and heading into the sewers themselves. We then cut back to Halloran's head, and Paul's Pennywise opens the locked box inside of him, showing a blinding, golden, glowing light.
I thought this raid of the house, I thought it was really fun to watch, and I loved the red and blue hues that were put on screen. I loved it. Brian's nephew, Taniel, doing a fine job leading the troops in the sewer. I thought he was that's the kind of, that's a chief right there. Like, we love to see it. Dick is being almost as distracted as Kevin Bacon's Dick in Stir of Echoes, hearing all these spirits call his name in the sewer. Grandpa calling him Dickie, that made me laugh out loud. I don't know why. It just caught me off guard more than anything. But I had to pause it at work while I was doing my notes. I laughed super hard at that. Uncle Sam Pennywise jump scare, I just thought it looked terrible. I don't mind the jump scare, but I just really can't believe how bad a lot of the CGI is in this show. Fuller is as bad of a shot as Harry in Dumb and Dumber, a movie I have seen, guys. My goodness, how pathetic was that? This guy's in the military and you can't shoot? Give me a break. Dick's grandpa, portrayed by Andrew Moody, I think does an exceptional job in this episode. He's haunting. I think he's fantastic. Last thing I thought it was a good ending to the set of scenes, and I'm ready for the ending.
I don't have much here, but tense stuff when the crew goes searching and Dick swims up in the bathtub. Crazy stuff brewing. Demon Uncle Sam is crazy. I guess it's, like I said before, the show kind of is ignoring what we know to be true about it so far. But it is much... I'm fine with it because it's much more tense knowing that no one is safe. Like, anyone can experience it at any given time. So I do kind of like it. It's going to take some ignoring on my end. Meanwhile, Dick is just having family reunion time in the bathroom. And it is a crazy scene. What the hell's going on there? Hopefully we'll find out in the ending, and we kind of do.
Did you say Dick swings up in the bathtub? I hate it when that happens.
Swims.
Oh, swims. Same thing. All right, fellas, here's the ending. And I got a lot, so I split it up bad, apparently. We open up back in the sewers with the Pre-Losers Club, and they are high as fuck. We join Leroy and Polly, who are taunted by Charlotte Pennywise that only Leroy can see. He shoots it, and they both agree to shoot anything that seems out of place. I'm sure that won't come back later. As they reach a dead end, they see the corpse of Teddy, Susie, Phil, and Maddie begins to sing. Just then, they notice Maddie's corpse in the water as well. And my God, Maddie isn't Maddie, he's Pennywise. As we see Skarsgård as Pennywise the Clown for the first time in the series. The kids take off running, separating from Lily, who comes across the space debris dropped by Taniel earlier, and it scares Pennywise off, and Lily picks it up. Meanwhile, the rest of the kids cross paths with Leroy and Polly, but Leroy thinks it's the same thing that happened earlier with Charlotte and almost shoots Will when Polly realizes it's real and steps in front of him, taking the bullet and dying in his arms. We cut back to Ingrid Kirsch, who gets in her car and realizes Hank is in the back seat, escaping earlier from a tipped-over bus who was apparently driven by the same people who transport Mike Myers every night on Halloween. We think Hank is taking her hostage into the woods when they embrace, and we find out, by God, this is the married woman that he's having an affair with. Back at the military base, Ingrid meets Charlotte, and we don't hear the conversation. We immediately cut to a mission debriefing from Leroy on Russo's death, and Shaw wants to pull a typical white man tactic and blame the Indians for leading them into something that they weren't prepared for. We learn also that Dick is missing and cut back to the exit of the sewer as we see Halloran emerging. He sees ghost zombie Polly also walking around, and we cut back to Dick's head to see the box wide open and glowing as we are serenaded with a song called Satan Never Sleeps, and the credit roll.
Did you have to phrase it like that?
I was about to say, you worded that very particularly. I just know the DARE program from elementary school is fuming seeing this set of scenes with all these kids high on pills.
Nice.
More bad CGI that I couldn't take seriously was Spooky Charlotte running at the soldiers. Sorry, I'm nitpicking it all, but it just does bother me. The kids finding the floating dead kids is pretty intense, and I'm not shocked that little Daryl Dixon is fucked up, and he was in on it. I'm not surprised at all. This Pennywise transition was great. Bill, the GOAT Pennywise, go debate your VHS of the miniseries. I don't care. How did Paulie end up getting fatally shot trying to move the gun? This guy's an idiot. These are military guys. Just point the gun to the fucking sewer. What are you shooting yourself for? Pennywise silhouette in the shadows of the sewer. I wrote in all capital letters, hell yes, brother. This show has needed this, in my humble opinion. I've been waiting on Pennywise. I shouldn't have to wait till halfway through the season. Sorry-ass clown, though. Scared of a piece of rock. Pathetic. This guy's supposed to be on the Mount Rushmore of horror villains. Give me a break. Very convenient. Hank is in the back of Ingrid's car. What are the odds? And I wrote that before I realized, oh shit, now it makes sense. That's his glass of milk. I'm crying laughing. I was very caught off guard by that. Hey, but good for you. I thought she was attractive the whole time. Good for you, brother. Appreciate the general letting Leroy go home before asking more questions. Like, let that man have some peace. Like, he just went through a lot. And the last thing I wrote is to quote the great Brad Pitt. As this episode ended, I couldn't help but wonder, what's in the box?
Well, it's not Gwyneth Paltrow's head, I'll tell you that much.
Nice. It might be. You haven't seen.
That is true. That would actually be even freakier because she wasn't alive yet. Man, these kids are zooted off their asses. We're talking high as giraffe pussy. Idiots. Like any drug user knows, you got to start with a half until you know your tolerance level, especially if you're going to be out in public. And not only is Will going to be in trouble for sneaking off, now his dad is going to jerk a knot in his tail when he finds out that he's high. It taking the form of Charlotte is next level mind games. Like, that's crazy. And it instantly made me nervous because he told Polly, kill whatever he sees that isn't supposed to be down there. And the kids are actually down there. So, like, are they going to shoot the real Will and his friends? Like, I was nervous for it. It's a little bit worse than that, I guess. Well, not worse, but anyway. Then the big reveal that Maddie isn't really Maddie. Holy cannoli, this is off the rails. And we finally see Pennywise. Let's go. Definitely excited about that. And then, oh, man, Polly got shot. Like, this episode is just completely insane at this point. Polly did give up a little too easily, though. That man was ready to die, which I honestly, I felt that. Jesus. And then it was looking real bad for Lily until the shard that Taniel dropped saved her. So that's a cool wrinkle as well, cool development. And then, Hank, my man, what are you doing? Now, I suspected that she's the white woman he was sleeping with, but hiding in her backseat right in front of her house in broad daylight, that is bold. The thing about there being uncertainty if Dick made it out alive, like, look, I get it, but we've all seen The Shining. So we know how Dick dies. He gets whacked. So there's no use in even making the characters wonder, which in turn makes us kind of wonder. Like, to me, they could have just left that line out about him asking about Dick and just ended the episode on what we saw of Dick in that last scene. But I did love this episode. It was completely insane. I gave it a 9.5. But I will say, though, the CG is not the best, but it didn't bother me half as much as it did you, Nico. But I get it.
I mean, I'm just as critical as when we do The Conjuring. They're like, the demons like take me out of it in the scary part.
This one did not, to me, the CG didn't take me out of it. Like, I've agreed with you on the other Beetlejuice stuff, and that's why I didn't really like 4 that much with the eyeball thing. But this one, to me, I didn't notice any bad CG, but maybe I just can't see in my old age anymore.
But I mean, like the transition from like Maddie to Pennywise, I thought looked great. Like, I just didn't think like the Uncle Sam one looked that great. That's just like, it didn't, like, I would still give the episode a high rating. It just, I don't know.
I get you.
Anywho, 18 minutes. Good night. All right, appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be back next week with episode 6.
Good night, Canada.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
Just want to remind everybody,